everybody. Yes, I know I can't believe it myself, but yet I am back in the house. Welcome back to another stream here on the Dre Sanchez channel. Let me see really quick if anybody's checked in. I know it's been a hot minute, and so we're gonna make it happen today. We have one of our flight simmers that we watch a lot, Shaquille Oatmeal, has posed a challenge that see who gets the captain first flying for a new virtual airline. He chose Spirit. Of course, me being who I am, I accepted the challenge along with X amount of other people. So with that being said, we are gonna do our first Spirit Airlines route. I'm also flying on Spirit Airlines virtual website, and that website, if anybody's interested in checking that out, is let me check it out here. It's VAMSYS.io or Spirit V, I believe, Airlines, or it's V Spirit. I'm sorry, V Spirit is the name of the virtual airlines. Obviously, it doesn't. It's not the real airlines or anything like that. So maybe we'll be taking a look at some of that to make sure I'm doing that right. However, anyway, let's get right to it. Again, we're at gate A14 here in Las Vegas, and we are most certainly going to be getting out of here and doing our thing. I've already put the flight plan in. It's a pretty simple flight, so no big worries there, guys. So without further ado, I'm just going to give it a couple more seconds, see anybody wants to check in. Actually, we can probably even start getting our ATC clearance right now from clearance. And again, been taking a big break because of work and things of that nature, but man, I can't leave this stuff alone. So let's go ahead and jump on board here. You guys let me know if the music volumes are too loud or anything like that. It's been a while, so I'll be checking in on the chat here briefly. All right, so we've already got the plane pretty much initialized, and I haven't really done much just simply because I haven't done a stream in so long. I was doing some sound checks, but in the meantime, we can go ahead and let's start working our magic. Of course, we are on the PilotEdge network today, and Captain Geo, another associate friend of mine that's in the flight sim community, is also streaming right now. So what's up, Captain Geo? And hopefully once we get airborne, we'll have time to check you out. Clearance here is 18.0. So let's come down here, of course, and get that plugged in as always. So it's going to be 18 right on the spot. All right. There we go. Check something out here. My Navigraph charts connection went down. Let me make sure the stream is doing okay. Oh, something must be going on with the internet. Let's see here. I think our stream is red for whatever reason. Must be the internet. See if that fixes itself up. Stream was going just fine. All right, so all right, perfect. Hi honey, how are you doing? We're back up again. Had a little bit of an internet issue here, of course, so let's get it back and popping now. There we go, guys. Sorry about that. It's always something. Can't hold us down though. Let's go ahead, and once again, here we are at Las Vegas International Airport. We did get disconnected, so let me see if I need to reconnect PilotEdge, which I do not. Let's just do a quick check here to make sure we're still on the ATIS. And we're not getting any ATIS, so let's go ahead and disconnect.
Disconnected.
And let's reconnect. sometimes this thing's in a bad area. There we go.
Connected to PilotEdge.
All right, let's do our sound check now. We should get something.
Archer's contact clearance delivery.
Perfect.
On course
169 heavy after the
all right, we are back in business, guys.
We can accept
So
an immediate when they,
let's make this happen.
Thank you. Boeing 1 Sierra Charlie cleared Ontario Airport. Fly heading 290, radar vectors.
Grab my
join
trusty
Victor
notepad.
186, then O navigation. Excuse me, then as filed. Maintain 4,000, expect 10,000 5 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 119.6, squawk 4243, and happy Tuesday.
Happy Tuesday.
Once you're Charlie, cleared on Ontario, fly heading.
Again, hi, love, and everybody else checking in. Sorry we had a bit of an internet issue, but we are back up and running. Welcome, everybody, to the stream. We are Spirit Wings Flight 298.
Tuesday to you. And once you're Charlie, read back correct, I expect.
We got to fly the actual number there, so Las Vegas clearance. Spirit Wings 298 is looking for IFR to Oakland. You know what? I might not have.
Spirit Wings 318, Las Vegas clearance clear to Oakland Airport. Joker 1 departure, cannot transition as filed. Climb via SID, squawk 5060, and hold your read back 1 moment. Walker 169 heavy, runway 27, line up and wait.
Well, the good thing is I didn't even
you parking to the north.
I didn't even connect under the right flight number. That's okay.
Citation Fully America, no delay, right turn off the runway, Charlie to parking, monitor the ground, take care. Alright, we'll get up as soon as we can, Fully America.
Clearance, Spirit Wings 318 is cleared. It's filed. Joker 1 star, Kino transition, then climb via SID. Departure frequency is with the departure actually in squawking 5060, Spirit Wings 318.
Spirit Wings 318, stand by. I did not ask for the read back yet. Just give me 1 second. Citation for Lima Echo.
Alrighty, I thought when it got quiet I should read it back, but it's all good. We getting in trouble already, that's how we do it. Let's look at this SID here.
Bravo 6, Fully Echo. Sorry, short of runway 27 at Bravo.
Here we go.
6, so you can turn left at Bravo 6 and hold short at
So our departure frequency is going to be 25.9.
Welcome 169 heavy 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 27, Walker
So let's go ahead and put that in here right now.
Go ahead, you read back again, please.
Okay, sorry about that. Spirit Wings is cleared as filed. Joker 1, then Kino transition, then is filed. Climb via SID, squawking 5060, Spirit Wings 318.
Spirit Wings 318, read correct, thank you, sir.
Alright, so that's cool. So let's go ahead and put our 5060 in. And now we can assume that we're going to take off. Well, let's listen to the ATIS. Let's turn him off. Okay, let's turn them off and get the ATIS.
Altitude, and if flight following is requested,
if it's 19 lefts available, we'll get that.
And hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information, Charlie.
Alright, Charlie's current.
Las Vegas McCarran International Airport. ATIS information, Charlie. 0056 Zulu. Wind 350 at 3. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 30. Dew point -9er. Altimeter 2988. Arriving runways 19er left, 19er right, 26 left. Departing runways 19er left, 19er right, 26 right. Visual approaches in use. VFR departures, contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading.
Alright, we can go ahead and shut this down for now. We don't need to hear that anymore, or anyone for that matter. So just looking at the chart, I believe we are going to go for runway 1 left, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. Let's go back and take a look at the airport information just for a quick moment. Here we are, so it makes sense. It's a super easy taxi, just Delta 19er left, so that's what we're going to absolutely program in right now, which of course normally I would have done this for you guys, but a lot going on today. So before we do this, of course, we have to go to our init page 2, and since we are flying this tolless Airbus A321, there's a few different things we got to use this interface for, which would normally be done otherwise somehow other type of way. All right, here you go. We got 6,100 pounds of fuel, so we're going to put 6.1 in this block right here. Boom. And then of course we're going to get the other two values from over here, so they just round right to 69 tons. So we can essentially just do a 69.0, and then we're going to do a slash and 27.3 for the center of gravity for the air, or I'm sorry, for the zero fuel weight center of gravity is what it is. All right, so 69 tons and 2.73 on the zero fuel weight center of gravity, and our block fuel is 6,100 pounds. So now we can definitely go over to the flight plan and get it all in. Departure, we are doing 19er left, and we're going to do Joker 1 and Kino as the transition, and then we can go right back to modify the flight plan. We can go, I like to insert it right there, and then of course we can pretty much get right into the arrival. So there's Kino, and we can do the arrival. We don't know what runway yet, so we don't need to worry about that, and it's the Oaks 2. And you know what, I lied about that. I'm gonna just let's see, Oakland is pretty straightforward. We're gonna pick ILS 30. I've flown in here before, and we're gonna do via PARB, and our transition is Rusme. All right, let me double check that on the flight plan, folks, and just make sure that I'm not making any lies. Hey, Drew Stone 77, what is up? I know Geo is streaming right now, so I'm gonna try to go and check him out. Hope you're doing well, my friend, and thanks for the support as always. Yep, Rusme is the transition via PARB. So now we're going to go ahead and modify this into the flight plan, and essentially we can just go ahead and clear this out. Okay, so we won't do that. Actually, let me go back. I messed up there for a second. So let me do one thing here. All right, let's go back up into that. Let's do that all over again. Same way. I'm just going to accept it first. ILS 30. We're doing Oaks via PARB, and it's Rusme as the transition. And what are we listening to? Let's get rid of that. All right, there we go. We're going to go to the flight plan. Let's go ahead and insert it. Now I can potentially hit this clear and get rid of that and insert that. That's what I was trying to do first. I thought there was a shortcut way that I could do that, but I was incorrect. Okay, so that's all squared away. Now that we know what runway we're taking off of, so we're going to take off flaps 2, of course, and 140, 140, 143. Here's our flex temp. So now if we go to our perf, we can start typing these digits in here, because we are definitely doing a runway 19er left, hopefully. All right, see 143. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a flex takeoff or not, but maybe we will. We're getting a flex temp at 33, so that means the runway is available for that. So let's put that flex temp at 33 in there. And of course our flaps setting is up 0.1. So here we go, up 0.1, and booyah. There we go. So we do have our takeoff information put in there, of course, and the packs are still on there. Now what I like to do is close all the doors manually, and there's a reason why I'm doing this. Sometimes when I want to go do a replay, comes back that the doors are open during the replay because I went to the auto thing. So right now we only have one flight scheduled. I'm baby stepping it back into the stream world. But there you go. So we've closed literally everything there, and we can go ahead and get the APU on and go from there. Let's see. Hopefully the ATIS won't change, but even if it does change, it won't be too significant. All right. Go ahead and that didn't quite go. You got to give it a few seconds. Then you got to click it again. There we go. So with that being said, that's coming up. And we can continue to get the rest of the aircraft ready, of course. Let me just make sure my track IR is working fine. That's really the check that I have to do whenever I do this thing here, is make sure my track IR is working fine. Let's check on the stream strength here. Stream strength is good, no problem there. Thank goodness. And still says it's not getting any data for whatever reason. I don't know why it's saying that, but we're just going to keep rolling. It's like we got everything else is good. And okay, now it says excellent connection, so it should be coming back into play. I don't know what's going on with the internet today. It must be peak time for people to jump on the internet, but we don't care. All right, let me get my active sky route in there, which I did that already. Okay, cool. So anyway, that all works. Now I need to go in here and double check on my actual Navigraph stuff going on here. Let's see. Must be the internet going in and out, waving in and out, because it seems like doing it quite frequently here. But whatever, we're going to stream and see how it turns out. Okay, so the star today is the not the star, but the SID. The SID is the Joker 1, so I need to get some information there. Again, we said departure frequency is 25.9. 19er left, da-da-da-da. It looks good. I'm just reading the exit route, and our max altitude for this is going to be 19,000 for this departure. The altimeter is 29er88, which we'll just double check this again here because it might be passing the time where they update it. So we will most certainly listen to the ATIS as we're pushing back again, which that's coming upon us. Actually, you know what, guys, we can go ahead and do that now. APU is up and available, so we can get rid of the external power, of course, and finally get rid of the external power for real, not for fake, but for real. Boom, that's done. External power is done, so now we can call for that wonderful pushback.
Grounded cockpit, tow is driving up.
All right, with that said too, we might as well turn our beacon on. That way the old trusty gate here is going to start pushing back, as you see. And of course, before we forget, let's go ahead and turn our transponder on. Which again, just double checking squawk code 5060. We'll start monitoring ground here in a second. Departure frequency, as we said, is 25.9, so I like to put it in here, even though I'm going to put it in the other situation before we start taxiing. 29er88, 29er88. Now, of course, what we're going to do here is we need to come here and put this into the, actually, we're going to put this into the engine mode first before we start.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
All right. So once again, we are Spirit Wings 318 service from Las Vegas nonstop over to Oakland. And perhaps we will see too short there. That's a little joke. You guys can use that if you want. I won't even charge you. But that's where we are headed today in this Airbus A321. And we'll see how things go today. A bit rusty, and actually, to be honest with you, I've been flying this here and there, and when I say this, I'm more referring to X-Plane, but I've also been doing some digital combat simulator world, which I'm thinking about streaming.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
All right, parking brake is getting ready to be released. As soon as I can get my angle over. There we go.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
All right. Well, sounds like a winner to us. Whoa. Came off that gate pretty hard there. Somebody's been drinking on the job, as you see. All right, so we are getting pushed back quite wildly, might I add. So definitely don't hire this person. And now I can go and get my frequencies all back together. I apologize during any time if the stream keeps messing up, but I'm just not going to worry about it right now. I can't. Just got to keep driving on, or else we'll be here all night. All right, so we are east of runway 19er left for now, so the ground frequency is going to be 21.1. All right, 21.1 for that ground frequency. And then for the runway, tower is, if we're doing 19 left, is 1875. So we'll go 1875. Got to be careful. Sometimes I look at it and say 1875, then I do 1807.5. So I've been known to do that. So shame on me for doing that at times. But that looks good. Let's turn this radio back on. And let's go ahead and we'll take care of this music. We'll secure it, make it a stereo cockpit for now. All right, there we go. Don't know what that was all about. And we're still getting pushed back. Let's orientate ourselves really quick. Okay, so that's golf. This is golf right here. So as you can see here, as we're pushing back, that was golf. So this taxiway that we saw was golf. So we should be pushing back directly facing golf, which that'll basically have us do a right turn, of course, and taxi ourselves all the way here to the base of the runway, provided that's the runway we get. I'm being very presumptuous at this point. So hopefully we get what I want. Let's go ahead. We do have the radios back on. Let's listen to the ATIS just to make sure it hasn't updated. And, oh, we must have got kicked off a line. That's probably what happened. So let's disconnect and, of course, reconnect. And we'll just stay Spirit Wings 318. All right, we got an excellent connection here. Let's give PilotEdge a second here. It's not wanting... Oh, you know why it's not letting me connect? Because we're moving. As soon as we stop moving, we'll be able to connect. So hopefully this is all going to work out. Otherwise, we will be filing on VATSIB and doing it that way, just because we're already struggling here because there must be something going on with the internet. No fault of my own. Anyway, stream looks to be doing okay. So at this point, we're just hanging out. Let's wait for this tug to stop pushing us back. Any day now. If he doesn't stop us soon, I'll stop us. Because I do actually don't know why he's going back this far. He's going back quite far. But if that's the case, we can just turn here and make Delta. We don't even have to mess with that. So maybe that's what I did on this pushback, but he's pushing us back quite a bit. Yeah, so we'll be able to make this turn right here for sure for now. All right. Just waiting in order to do anything else. We could be... Now, I don't think I even had him angle us like this. I don't know what's up with this. Unless I actually had us get pushed back with our nose facing towards this way, then I'll blame myself for being a genius, which is okay with me too, which I think that's what's happening here. I set up the pushback and everything prior to me doing the sound check, so it was some time ago that I did it. So see Mandalay Bay out there. There's the Luxor. There's Excalibur. My wife and I have stayed there quite a bit over the past 14-15 years. Of course, there's MGM over there. Yeah, New York in the background. All right, so we made our tug operator work hard today. So if he does any other turns, that wasn't me, but I think I remember positioning us. I just probably didn't know. This probably was a pure coincidence that it happened to be Delta, because at the time I pushed back, I just wanted to get pushed back so I wasn't on an active taxiway, which technically, you know, that's Sierra. So this technically could still be Sierra, but it's, you know, far enough out of an active taxiway that you can't really call it an active taxiway. So,
Operation complete.
so we don't
Go
get in
ahead
trouble.
and set the parking brake.
All right, parking brake is set.
Disconnecting tow.
Let's
Stand
try to
by.
reconnect. Should work now that we're not moving.
Connected to PilotEdge.
All right, perfect. Connected back to PilotEdge. So let's go ahead and get our ATIS. And I don't know what else happened too. It's like all of my okay, there we go.
Cessna 178 Apollo, departure frequency 119.6, squawk 2174, contact ground for taxi.
Arriving runways 9er left, 19er right, 26 left.
I just want to make sure that it's still
left, 19er right, 26
information
right.
Charlie.
Visual approaches and use VFR departures, contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have fun up there.
Information Charlie.
Okay, so it's still Charlie.
Las Vegas McCarran.
All right, so at this point, let's go ahead and get this engine going here. We'll put the ignitions where they need to go, and we'll start engine number 2. Let's make sure everything up top is copacetic. We got our beacon on. We got our nav and our logo 2 light on. Perfect. We have our MCP set up. Oh, you know what? Engine 2 is not going to start because we didn't do our bleeds. There we go. We should get some rotation on that thing now. And I think I have to reinitiate the sequence. All right, there we go.
Limburg ground, Boeing 1 Sierra Northeast, general aviation parking, information whiskey ready
Just
for
checking
taxi.
this, and then we should start getting more
Boeing 1
action.
Sierra Charlie, Limburg runway 27, taxi via Hotel Juliet Charlie.
27 via Hotel Juliet, Juliet Hotel Charlie, 1 Sierra Charlie.
And 1 Sierra Charlie, are you coming out of
There we
Hotel,
go.
or
It's
can you
coming
link
up.
up with Juliet where you are?
I can link up with, I'm right next to Hotel actually.
Okay, then Hotel Juliet Charlie.
Hotel Juliet Charlie, I'll see what you're saying. Hotel
All
Juliet
right.
Charlie, 1 Sierra Charlie.
Thank you.
Poor guy's confused. Half the time I'm
And 1 Sierra
confused, so I'm not even
Charlie,
faulting him.
just
All
verify
right,
your
going for
transponder
start on
should
number
be
1.
set to 4243, 4243.
Let's go
Sorry about that, we're
ahead
fixing now.
and
No worries.
put
Thank
that
you.
on.
Palomar ground, November 1 Alpha Bravo.
See, N2's coming up, so it just takes a second. I think about 25%.
And once
They start jumping up.
ground runway 24.
So we're at
taxi via
25
November.
on the N2 fan.
24 via November 17.
Okay, yeah, so it's right at, it's at 25%, like 25.5. That's when it starts jumping up. When it hits the second stage of its start, as you can see coming up. All right, and you hear the other sound there. We can go ahead and rotate that back to where we need to go. Let's get our flaps here set to flap stage 2. As you see right now, we should be able to go ahead and do our flight controls check.
Limburg clearance, good evening. Citation 204 Lima Echo.
All right,
Information
full up.
IFR Sedona.
Down. Aileron left. Aileron right. Neutral.
Citation
Rudder
204
left.
Lima Echo, Limburg clearance, clear to Sedona Airport.
Rudder
Due to
right.
departure, meet transition as found,
Perfect.
climb via SID.
All
Departure
right,
phase 119.6,
and let's
squawk
go ahead
651 tree.
and arm our rusty dusty brake there, which we just did. And now we can get into the takeoff configuration and shut the APU down. Okay, signs, spoilers, flaps, takeoff in the cabin, and of course we need to turn this APU bleed off,
Citation 4 Lima Echo, correct?
and we need to turn the APU off, and we need to get the lower DU, if you will, the ECAM to normal, and let's do our cabin signs. So we'll do our signs on first, and now we can do our calls. Forward and aft, that's got the cabin all checked out, guys. APU will shortly not be available, and we are on our way to Oakland. Las Vegas ground, Spirit Wings 318, information Charlie is ready to taxi. Our nose is facing perpendicular to Delta. All right.
Spirit Wings 318, Las Vegas ground. You go to 1 right at Bravo.
Say again for Spirit Wings 318.
You okay with runway 1 right at Bravo for departure?
Yeah, 19er left would be preferable for us for Spirit Wings 318.
It's winds out of the north at 7 knots. We're launching 1s and 2 6s this time. You okay with 1 right at Bravo?
Yeah, that 19er will work for us.
Spirit Wings 318, right 1 right at taxi at Delta Bravo.
19er Delta Bravo for Spirit Wings 318. All right.
1 right at Bravo, sir.
1 right at Bravo, Spirit Wings 318. All right, so that was a little bit. 1 right
Tower
at Bravo.
Boeing 10 Charlie.
So let's reset that up. I sure wasn't understanding what he was saying, so I just tried to fake it till I make it. We made it. He eventually looked like he got
Hello. How are you?
some.
Good. Happy to hear your voice.
All right, 1 right at Bravo. Let me double check that here. So that's the thing. So the ATIS must have updated. We just listened to it again, so it must have just updated.
178 Alpha Bravo, Palomar Tower, runway 24.
So here is 1 right, and he said at Bravo. So 1 right
down departure.
via Bravo. So Delta. Yeah, and here's Bravo. I really don't know what he's talking about. 1 right at Bravo, but we'll taxi and hold short of Bravo for him so that we can cross runway 26 right. I'm assuming is what he's saying. So let's now get our rusty dusty flight management computer in there. So we're doing 1 right. Joker 1, of course. Kino. No problem. And let's just make sure all that makes sense. Joker, biker, top of climb. Kino. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Oaks, garage band, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we can insert it. All right, let's check this. And so now, I don't know if he wants us to taxi, so we'll just taxi on this inside piece. Well, it has to be Delta. That's the only way down. There is no Bravo, so we'll take Delta, hold short of Bravo. And he's even saying 1 night at Bravo, so we're gonna go down Delta, and we're gonna take off on Bravo. I'm assuming, is that what he's saying? So we'll see. This is the first one for me, but we're all checked out. We're good to go. I'm a little bit rusty here, guys, so I'm going to be the first to admit that. No worries there. All right, let's get our runway turn-off lights on and our taxi lights on, and we're on our way. And we'll release the parking brake, and then we'll do the last takeoff configuration since we don't have brakes. There we go. All right. Without further ado, we can get going here.
Skyhawk 178 Alpha Bravo, contact SoCal departure. Have a good flight.
Contact SoCal departure, Skyhawk 178 Alpha Bravo. Bye-bye.
All right, clear left and clear right. So now we'll pick up Delta. We'll go left on Delta here. And quite as usual, what I remember anyway from streaming, which wasn't that long ago. It's been tumultuous just getting the stream going because of the internet. Everything else was pretty copacetic, but just because of the internet having its snafus. All right, this should be Delta here. Get ourselves a nice little taxi going. I'm going to check my, yep, okay, we're on Delta. Big time. All right, so we'll taxi, and at Bravo we'll make a right, and we'll assume that's where we're departing. Because he did say one right at Bravo. So that's what that means. And, you know, we got our flaps at 2. So I think I'm just going to do a toga takeoff. No flex here today. All right, we just passed one. The next one should definitely be where we need to be. All right. 19 right, or 0 right at Bravo. We'll just do a toga type takeoff here. All right. Parking brake is set. Let's go down and switch frequencies now. And we'll put in 25.9 and we'll be out of here. 25.9 is departure frequency. And I'll check on you guys really quick. Not really expecting a whole lot of activity here in the chat. Just introducing James Johnson. ¿De dónde es la Bacardi? ¿Y qué es la película en este avión? Ok, gracias por ver este video, James Johnson. Tenemos la Bacardi cuando estamos subiendo en el aire. Vamos a echar Bacardi a todos los pasajeros que están a bordo de este avión. Y la película es lo que quieres. Si quieres un horror movie, vamos a enseñarte un horror movie, papá. Alright, anyway. Thanks for joining us. Y gracias por ver again, James Johnson, and everybody in the stream. Alright, so we are at the threshold of the runway, and let's get out of here. Las Vegas Tower, Spirit Wings 318 on Bravo, holding short, 1 right, ready for departure.
Spirit 318, Las Vegas Tower, 1 right at Bravo, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 1 right at Bravo for Spirit Wings 318. Alright, so we are good to go. So now we need to put our lights all the way for takeoff, and we'll get our strobe all the way to on, and let's do what we do best, and that's get these virtual passengers where they need to go. Final is clear. So it looks like we have quite the sharp little turn coming off the runway here. So we'll definitely have to be diligent with the flight controls here.
Limber Ground, Citation 204 Lima Echo. We're at signature, ready to taxi.
Citation 204 Lima Echo, Limburg Ground, verify squawking 6513.
All right, 6513 for Lima Echo.
Takeoff power is set. Toga. We got to get that ignition off once we get airborne. Airspeed is alive. Past 100 knots.
Limber Ground, Citation 204 Lima Echo, signature, ready to taxi.
Citation 204 Lima Echo, runway 27, taxi via Hotel Charlie.
Hotel Charlie 27.
All right, we got rotation. And we do have positive rate. All right, we're going to go 1 stage flaps up. 2nd stage flaps up. Now we're going to just follow our flight director here. Still flying the aircraft manually here. Ooh, came awfully close to that Space Needle. All right, we have connected our autopilot. Let's go down here and double check something here. Okay, we're in the climb. Some strange things kind of happening here, which normally don't. We're at 250, and we should be climbing via SID here. There we go. All right, so we are direct Bessie, and according to this,
318, connect the latest departure.
over to departure, Spirit Wings 318. Bessie 6900, okay, we're doing good there. So far, we're keeping ourselves out of trouble. Good evening, departure. Spirit Wings 318 is 4,900, climbing via SID. All right, let's get
Spirit
that
Wings
ignition
318,
off.
Las Vegas departure, ready to contact, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Up to flight level 190, Spirit Wings 318.
Skyline 25 Foxtrot.
So now what we can do is just come right over here, pull this out all the way. That's going to give us an unrestricted climb up. Once we pass the 10,000 mark, let's see. All right, once we pass that, we should start nosing up again. And we're going to go ahead and disarm our spoilers down here. Spoilers are disarmed, and the landing lights on, of course, which is what we want. And we can go ahead and turn our runway turn-off light off and our taxi light. We'll leave our landing lights on there for a hot second. Let's increase our range here. And just continue to monitor this departure. Trying to get you guys a little view there. Need to go down to my second screen and just double check that we are most indubitably doing our due diligence on this departure.
Mike, turn right heading 220, intercept localizer.
Right 220, intercept localizer, 5 Papa Mike.
All right, so we were supposed to be below 8,000 at Sales,
altimeter 29902.
below 11,000 at Kruger.
178 umbrella.
Let's see. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at the wrong one. It's above 13,000 at Rock, and we'll be at 14,000, which is cool. And that's pretty much the last restriction, but that didn't matter anyway because we're climbing unrestricted anyway, so we won't belabor that at all. You can see the aircraft has reached 10,000 mark, so it is picking up to its speed there, so we can get the landing lights off. And here in a second, we'll get the music back on. She's still pitched up at about 1,200 feet. But that's because we're trying to pick up
3 miles
speed.
from Sidra, maintain 3,300, established advisor, cleared ILS runway 24 approach.
Maintain 3,300.
Gonna pick up speed to 340.
Approach 515 Papa Mike.
Boeing
You see there?
Charlie, contact departure, I'm sorry, approach 135.4, good night.
354, what's your Charlie?
All right, so far so good.
Cessna 553 Foxtrot, offset San Inez, 3,800, climbing to 8,000.
553 Foxtrot, Robert departure, squawk ident.
Squawk ident, 553 Foxtrot.
Spirit Wings 318, contact center 133.2.
Over to center, 33.2, Spirit Week 318, we'll see you.
All
right.
553 Foxtrot, way to contact.
33.2.
2991.
2991, 553 Foxtrot.
The 5 Pop Mike, contact Palomar Town 118.6.
Good evening, Los Angeles Center, Spirit Wings 318, 12,000, climbing 19,000.
Spirit Wings 318, LA climb maintain flight level 320.
Up to flight level 320, Spirit Wings 318. All right, so we got our final without interruption, which is good.
Understand you have Victor. I'm sorry, you were stepped on by.
So now we're at 340. So now the aircraft is going to do its best to maintain this speed and climb us all the way up to flight level 320, and then that'll be our final cruising altitude. Of course, at transition altitude, we'll put it into flight level or put the altimeter into the standard 29902 at the flight levels above 18,000 feet. And that will be that. So we are off and cruising, which is a good thing. This is not entirely a whole long flight. Of course, we did forgot to start our chronometer. So I'll start that belay now. We'll just add about, we're at 13,000 feet, so we'll add about 5 minutes to that. 5-6 minutes to the chronometer. Shame on me. Again, I'm rusty.
LA Center,
Just don't call me Dusty.
500, climb to 8,000.
All right, so we're moving right along. Everything looks good. And that's the thing about these Airbuses. They are pretty easy aircrafts to fly. They're all about the programming, if you will. Now, one thing I do notice about this TOLIS A321, it picks up the localizer a little later than I would like it to. And I don't know why. From what I remember, the A319 doesn't do that. But who knows why sometimes things do what they do, right? So we're not even going to worry about it.
Maintain 1,000, and as we navigate the LA area, I'll see if we can higher.
1,000, and if we go higher, 553.
Got it standard as well, and let us get some music going on here in a second. Once we get above flight level 180, we'll throw the music on. I don't anticipate a lot of radio chatter right now, simply because we are already given our approval for flight level 320, 32,000 feet, and the only thing we have to really worry about is crossing over into the Oakland Center airspace. That'll be the handoff. I don't think we get another handoff in Los Angeles Center. I think we're at the cusp of that. So we'll see how that works out. All right, still climbing, just about to hit that 18,000 feet mark, which turns into the flight levels. And we're close enough, so let's go ahead and activate that. Let's go over to the first officer side as well. Boom, everything to standard, and we already put this middle standby altimeter already into the standard there a few seconds ago. So we are cruising. Thrust is in the climb mode, and we got out of there. I will say two things I forgot on departure. I forgot to put on the altimeter or the chronometer upon heading the runway, as well as we did not, once we switched to runways, we did not go back and re-verify the runway stats, which I should have went back in with the TOLIS sheet, re-verify which runway we're taking off, because it calculates for slope 2, I believe, and it may have changed our rotation speed and V1 speed and V2 speed, but we just winged it based off of the same values that we had before, and we were still able to get a takeoff with no errors as far as alarms or anything like that, even though we should not be doing that. So shame on us. I do think it's a little bit time for some music. I don't know if this is the right headphone to put in, but that's the one I'm going to put in. And we'll get us some music going here.
Climbing through 1,200. 12,000. Citation 204 Lima Echo, LA Center, climbing tape level 2 trees. Up to 230, station 204 Lima Echo. American 1757, LA Center, clear, release for departure, clearance void if not altered 5 minutes. Not over 5 minutes, advise me no more than 10 minutes of your attention. Change to advisory vacancy approved. Talk to you soon.
Switch this over here. I'm trying to figure out how all of a sudden this thing switched channel on me.
You advise me have Ontario Airport.
Here, we're gonna do something really quick.
Ontario be at your 11 o'clock 10 to 11 o'clock and 17 miles. No, 204 Lima Echo, contact the center 124.62.
2462, citation 4 Lima Echo.
Just gonna make sure the speaker output is what it's supposed to be. There's always something in the stream. Something going wrong. Alright, Windows Media Player. We're still doing well here. Everybody's doing well. Let me check on you guys here. Make sure we don't have any comments. We're doing great.
Citation 204 Lima Echo, Los Angeles Center.
Here in a second, I'm actually going to go and check and see, look at Geo Stream.
330, citation 204.
Like I said, Airbus is pretty easy to fly. For sure.
Then once here, Charlie, descending 4,300.
Later, we're looking for devices, speakers, properties. Yep, selected on that one. So it was definitely still selected on. I don't know why. I mean, it had something to do with the internet, I guess, when the internet was messing up at the beginning of the stream. Captain Shield Kill Oatmeal, hey bro, I'm on vacation, so just gonna stop by and leave a like, and I will watch the replay. Appreciate you, Shaq. Again, flying for Spirit, making this challenge happen because of you. So no worries, enjoy your vacation. We're just gonna stream right along. No worries there. So we're at flight level 263 and climbing.
LA San American 1757, 5.5, climbing 230, just off St. George.
Alright, now let me see if I can get us some jams going back here, folks.
And then once here, Charlie, I'm sorry, stepped on again by another aircraft. Say that one more time, please. I'm sorry. Then once here, Charlie, approved. Expect ILS 26 left approach, and if not...
Alright, we'll see how this works.
Charlie, localize. I'll pivot to 29992.
92 Alpha Bravo.
Then once here, Charlie 5 Pettis, cross Pettis at about 4,300, cleared ILS runway 26 left approach. Once here, Charlie, just for my own information, I'm curious to know if you ever do actually get the airport and at what point you do.
Alright, hopefully that is not too... Yo, in for a bit before the bed. Hey, Chief Sim, how you doing? Yep, it's me again,
no
streaming.
Continue on the ILS, I just wanted to know.
Gonna try to do them here and there. So, thanks for checking in, Chief. Appreciate you, of course. Don't stay up too late, man. Gotta get your beauty rest. This is kind of my, like, rusty stream coming back. I'm all, like, rusty here.
American 1757,
That's okay.
Climbing 230.
That's okay. Sometimes we just gotta get up there and knock the dust off. You know what I'm saying? Chief, appreciate you. And Shaq, everybody, you guys motivate me. So, thanks for checking in. Hopefully these music volumes aren't too bad here. I made some adjustments. I don't know how they sound. So you guys let me know how that music sounds coming out right now.
1757.
Hopefully it's not too bad. You guys can still hear me. Probably ask the wifey to do a sound check here in a second. Let me see if she's in here. Alright, she is not in, so I'll do my own sound check here.
Ontario Tower 120.6, always a pleasure, have a great night.
I am essentially going to do the sound check using my phone.
553 Foxtrot, Camarillo, altimeter 2991.
Just to make sure that's all copacetic.
553 Foxtrot.
American 1757, contact LA Center 124.62.
124.62, American 1757.
Alright. Let's see what we got here. Alright, we're still doing good. We're about to reach our flight level 320.
LSN American 1757, 13-2, climate 230.
American 1757, Los Angeles Center. Clear direct 10s, join the Brucer 1 arrival. Climb and maintain flight level 290.
Alright, direct 10s, join the rear arrival, and up to 2, you said 280?
290.
290, American 1757.
All right, Chief Sim says true. Yes, he's talking about our stream life here. All right, cruising right along, guys. We'll check the perf here in a second. We come down here and look at we've got about 187 nautical miles until we descend. So we're doing pretty good, guys. Pretty good.
Spirit Wings 318, contact Oakland Center 127.45. Have a nice flight.
Over to Oakland Center 27.45. Thanks for all of your help, and we'll see you next time. Spirit Wings 318.
Take care now. Have a nice day.
You too, sir. All right, on over here. That guy's always super nice when he's on. Now the Oakland Center frequency I pretty much have memorized. I do a lot of flying at Oakland Center. Good evening, Oakland Center, Spirit Wings 318, checking in flight level 320.
Spirit Wings 318, Oakland Center, roger.
All right, so we are in. We didn't miss a beat. Let me go back and just double check on the stream chat. We're looking good here. Let me get back in here and see if I'm doing okay with the okay, I like the volumes. So you guys are helping me continue to do a sound check. You see where I got the sliders out here, about negative 14 dB. 30 and 35, right, kind of right in the middle. Okay. Just looking where my sliders are at, so that I don't blow you guys' eardrums out, and I can kind of keep it there.
I'll walk around 75, verify your direct keys.
So for anybody that's just joining the stream here, welcome again. I haven't streamed in quite a bit of time, been quite busy, and there was just didn't get to it.
Roger, walk around 75,
life happened,
keys,
so I am going to keep
send
streaming.
the,
And
arrival,
you know, wonderfully enough,
runway
I'm also planning
26,
to start streaming Digital Combat Simulator, which I've always had an interest in it, and I've been learning it here and there over years. I'm still very, very novice when it comes to that, but we'll do some training missions together, get up to speed, you know, see what kind of targets we can take down and make sure that we can defend ourselves. But love that life. My older brother actually was in the Navy for 25, almost 26 years. He retired. He wasn't a pilot, but he worked on F-18s pretty much his whole career, the avionics. He was an avionics tech, and the guy is a brilliant guy. I mean, working on all the avionics and those type of weapon systems, the encrypted navigation and communication systems, and so on and so forth. So he's into it too, so that's kind of something we bond over. It's DCS, which I just recently found out he was up on game on that. So we used to do simming way back in the day before any of this internet stuff. I mean, talking back with the Tandy 1000 TL before Windows was even out, we were flying simulators using MS-DOS. For those of you old enough to remember MS-DOS, which it still exists, it's just not the interface that we have to use anymore as a Windows.
Walker.
And you know, Apple computers use a different platform, which is much like Windows, same concept. Anyway, we're not quite yet halfway through the flight, and we're doing pretty good here. So yeah, so guys, I'm gonna start streaming that as well. Still waiting to get Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, but I'm definitely going to get it. I'm still thinking about buying another computer and just running it on that one, just because I use different computers for various different things, a lot of them for work, and I want to keep those separated. So it is what it is. Again, thanks everybody for showing up and checking me out here on this stream here on a Tuesday evening. I haven't streamed for quite some time, so this is exciting to get back literally in the captain's chair and the stream chair and see what's up. So yeah, pretty fun to get back and do something that you love, that you weren't doing before. Go up, make sure I turn those landing lights off. I'm freaking out. I did. They're off. The Airbus is so easy. It's almost easy to forget stuff because it's so easy. Go figure. Anyway, here we are. No worries there. We're just gonna cruise right along. Let me see what type of music we got going on. Alright. Put that in my ear so I can kind of hear what you guys are hearing. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this arrival, which I have flown this route before.
Center 169 for level.
And the arrival is going to be pretty seamless.
Walker 169, somebody of the Molly 5 arrival. And the El Paso altimeter, 29902, runway 26 left.
Let's check how much further we have. 145 nautical miles. One thing that we always love to do is to check the arrival. Okay, so let's do that first.
Chief Orca back, Oakland Tower after right downwind, runway 28 right, cleared to land.
And we'll start plugging in the ATIS and all that stuff, so we're not completely irresponsible with our planning. And I'm assuming the internet may be giving me a hard time right now.
The first crossing restriction.
Navigraph isn't acting right. Let's see, hopefully not. Check the stream strength.
Yeah, that is correct. I was thrown off.
Stream strength is good, so it must be a Navigraph thing.
My FMC, but yes, that is correct. Sorry about that.
Alright, no problem. Just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Let me just close Navigraph down and open that back up. And this internet is just giving me a hard time today. Alright, so I just reopened Navigraph back up for whatever reason.
542, contact Seattle Center 121.4.
121.4, Walker 542.
Alright, so we're going to check the Navigraph now. And see, our first notable waypoint is Oaks. We need to be between flight level 320 and 240, and Oaks is at flight level 269. And here, let me get this Navigraph up here so you guys can see what I'm talking about. There we go. So Oaks, we need to be between flight level 320 and 240. We're going to be at 269. Grudge, we need to be between 230 and 200. We're going to be right at the minimum 200. And then let's pull that up a little bit so we can take a look at the rest of it. All right. Then at Tool, we need to be at 280 knots between 17 and 11. We'll be at 12. Cool. And then this PARB is actually our transition point here. And I just like to double check that 4,500, and I do remember that waypoint is supposed to be at 4,500, so that's actually a good sign. 4,500 right here, and we will be cooking there in at 216, which is nice and slow. And then what you can take a look at, folks, is the fact that because I have flown this and I'm expecting runway 30, which of course could be wrong. We could come on the other runway, which is, you know, it's the opposite of 30. I believe it's runway C9 or something like that. Let me see. What are the runways? Actually, if you just hit that, it'll tell you right here. Runways. Yeah, so it's runway 30 and runway 12. If you want to look at the taxi map, it's going to echo that. There's 12 and there's 30 for the Oakland terminal. And I believe gate 7 is on the back side. Yes, 7A is back here on the back side.
1614 contact. Like approach.
So it's a pretty simple arrival, and of course we need to get the ATIS. So if we come over here and take a look at the star once again, which is the Oaks 2,
so the 1614 like
the ATIS is 33775. So let's go ahead and get that in there. Drew Stone, LOL, the minimums. Yes, the minimums. What is up, Drew Stone in the house? Yes. All right, so we need to go ahead and let's get that 33775 in there for real. So let's do this. Let's go the other way. Oh yeah, when we start our descent, we'll check the ATIS out. But in the meantime, I'm just going to let you guys know. I'll use like FlightAware. And man, I tell you, it must have just been a horrible time today on that internet. Let's go ahead and do this rangefinder here. See, we still got about, let's see, that's 80. We still got about 100 miles to go till our top of descent.
124,
Please be in our favor. Winds, yes, winds, guys. We're going to be landing on runway 30. The winds are in our favor. Let me see. This thing looks weird like that. See, the wind's 310. All right, and the wind is only at 10 knots. Visibility's over 10 miles, so we're doing good, guys. So we're gonna stick to this arrival. Hopefully, we don't have any mystery items coming in. Captain Geo says, thanks, broski. Big up, Geo. Geo, sorry I missed your stream, brother. I meant to get on it. What's up, Captain Geo and the whole family? Thank you, guys. He says, great trip. Yet another one. Geo, I'm going to have to go back and watch that one, brother. For real. Let's see what was up with that. Been having internet issues over here. And, been rusty at flying this thing, guys. But you know what? That's all right. Like I said, you know, that's why they make those Swifters, man. You got to dust it off, you know. So I got to dust myself off. However, I'm not completely rusty with the flying. I'm rusty with the stream life. You guys know how it goes. Problem here, problem there, problem everywhere. But again, I always appreciate you guys. I try to check your streams out when I can. I'm not going to give up on this thing or quit. I'm going to keep doing it because it's what I love. So if we grow the channel, great. If we don't, that's great too. As long as I got y'all, that's all we need. And these friendly skies, baby.
It's 1757 Albuquerque Center.
Oakland, all right. We got the Medar from Drew Stone. Winds at 310 at 10 knots. Visibility 10 static miles or greater. Clouds, there's a few clouds at 1,000 feet. Temperature 17 degrees Celsius. Altimeter 2989er. Thank you, Drew Stone 77. You are the man, my friend.
Phoenix altimeter 2978.
All right, I still got to get on that. I meant to connect the Nightbot to it again, Rusty. I configured it, but I didn't even think about using it. 93 nautical miles to go to our top of descent until we make things happen. We're only doing this one flight today, again, because I'm knocking the dust off of this stream life, baby. That's what's up. How about I've seen for those of you content creators that are still on here, from those that I do watch, like Captain Shack, Geo, Chief Sim, even Alaska 559. That's why I see your followership growing. So you guys have been doing amazing and being consistent. So good for you. I remember Chief Sim and I were even around the same kind of when we.
Range 318 descend via the Oaks 2 arrival and the Oakland altimeter 298-9er.
Oakland altimeter 298-9er descend via the Oaks 2 arrival. Spirit Wings 318. Alright, so we got that situated. I'm getting some stream data here. Oh, we're back in the red. Let's see if we come back green here. Navigraph cannot connect to the simulator. Okay, so let's see here. Let's go back here. Still in the red. Alright. Got plenty of time there. So we're just gonna come right on over here. Alright.
542, if you want to start looking for the airport, actually it's probably way too far, but 12 o'clock and 30 miles.
Alright, so we should be back connected. Hopefully the internet is working. I'm telling you guys, I am having problems here left and right, but I don't care. I'm going to keep rolling because that's what happens in life. You get problems and you keep it rolling. Let's go ahead and set this here down to 4,500 feet. Alright, hopefully the stream is doing better.
16-4, contact Salt Lake Tower 132.67. The range 318, Oakland, you're kind of cutting in and out on the readback. Are you hearing me okay now?
Yes, I'm back. For whatever reason, I have high-speed broadband internet, but I don't know if they're doing something or not. So the internet's off and on, more on than off, so sorry about that for Spirit Wings 318. Alright. So it's not going well here for the stream. Not receiving enough information from YouTube.
Over 542. Sorry, you stepped on. You said you had the field?
That's right, Drew Stone. Roll with the punches. So is life. Absolutely. Absolutely. Alright, so we are continuing to have internet problems. I don't even know if I'm going to connect back to PilotEdge. We might just finish doing this thing off of PilotEdge. That's right. Drew Stone says we back. Yes, we are. Again, I pay for broadband internet, 300 Mbps, and you know, sometimes it's out of your control, like you say, Drew Stone 77. But it is what it is. We're back to excellent connection. We'll go back and report into PilotEdge. And just give it one more go.
Connected to pilot.
And if we get if we get disconnected again, then that'll be it. I will continue the flight, but I won't do the I won't connect back to PilotEdge. So we'll see what's up with that. Okay, we're in the green everywhere again. Let me see if we're green in the stream again, guys. Big apologies for the internet. I promise you, nothing else I could do about it. The two big internet providers over here are Spectrum and Frontier, and I'm with Frontier. I built this house, I switched from Spectrum to Frontier because Spectrum wasn't here yet. And Frontier's high-speed broadband, all that good stuff. They're the cat's jammies. Of course, the T Street.
16-4 taxi to parking. Alpha 5 and
so,
Bravo. Sorry,
we're going to keep rolling. See what happens. But we ain't giving up. This plane will land at gate 7. We got our top of descent coming up here shortly, as you see. So,
542 McPortland Tower 123.7.
Altimeter's 29089 over there. Things are going good. You know, no data again. Okay, should be getting data.
Portland Tower runway 28 left, clear to land.
So I think all together, guys, if I'm being honest,
if you could start your base turn now, that'd be great.
there's a lot going on with the internet. I blame the 5G I got injected, not you. Drew Stone says, I blame the 5G I got injected, not you, Dre Sanchez. For real, Drew. Man, what is up with these services? We paid $10,000 billion for services to be reliable, and then they're not reliable. But, you know, that's the thing about life. It's just another analogy for life. You can set it up and have your plan, and then that's when the laughs start, because it's not God's plan. God's plan will be what God's plan is, and that's the same thing, type of thing that's happening here. It's out of my control. Things are out of your control in life, man. You just gotta let it go. Do what you can and keep rolling. You know, but I appreciate the positivity. Drew 77 in the house. That's right, we're gonna blame that 5G. We got our top of descent, guys, coming here soon on this back and forth internet connected flight. In about 23 nautical miles, we'll start going down and do what we can do here. So hopefully the rest of the way we can make it without having a break in internet service. Again, I'm apologizing in advance. If we do, we do. If for whatever reason internet doesn't come back on, guess what? I'll see you on the stream tomorrow. I might be streaming Digital Combat Simulator. We might take us a little practice bombing run, set some targets up, or put an enemy area and test our capabilities out and see how we do on that stream. Right now, though, 7:48 p.m. stream is healthy. Stream health is excellent. We'll see how long that lasts. Their internet. Just show somebody from Frontier this stream and let them know that's right. This happened on your network, peeps.
Walker 169, contact El Paso Tower 118.3.
All right, just getting a slight bit of chop here. That little notification comes up. I have some scenery, which I believe is Monterey Bay, KMRY. I like the scenery, it still works, but I always get that notification. There must have been a file that changed or something that was different. You guys can kind of see the aircraft kind of dancing around a little bit.
169, Paso Tower runway 22, clear to land.
Another thing I'm noticing too is well, I'm glad I'm at the lower frames today. Normally I run higher frames on the stream, and so I'm gonna have to look at it and see how dusty it looks. All right, I like to get this as most accurate on our descent as possible. So we're gonna leave it there. Then as soon as we'll just leave it in this view here, because this view I doesn't have it where it's gonna bounce around. Sometimes, like for example, if you come back to this view, it's bouncing around a little bit, and that can impact how my mouse hits this. See, if I leave it there, the mouse can switch on its own. See that? So some views I have to set up on here just for what I call simulator problems. You have to essentially just make it to where this shot here does not have that.
Contact Phoenix approach 128.
All right, 6 nautical miles.
12865 American 1760.
On the way down, we will get the official ATIS. All right, this jams here is a little slow. All right, coming up here shortly. Coming up here shortly. All right, we're officially now. If you notice the bug here, it's finally coming down, so that's good. You don't want to have this bug below you when you want to start your descent, so it's okay to start it, a mile or two beforehand. All right, let us check down here now, see if we're getting any of this ATIS in there.
Speed clouds at 1,000. Temperature 17. Dew point 11.
204 Lima, contact Phoenix approach 133.5.
Runways 28 left. 28 right.
3357 is your Lima Echo.
Visual approach is in use. ILS runway 30 approach in use. VFR departures contact clearance delivery. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information.
Order 542 taxi via Bravo, Echo to parking, cross runway 21 and runway 28 left.
Information Mike 0153.
All right, information Mike. There we go. It was funny, right at the end, he started talking right when I needed to hear and see exactly what the information was. So it's Mike. I thought it was Pop. It's Mike. Altimeter. We already have that, so we'll start putting that information in. All right. So Mike is current altimeter still 29er 89er. So we'll get that going here in a second. And we're parking at gate 7 again, so we are on our way. Hopefully the stream behaves itself.
For 3096 Tango Eugene grounds. Clear to Portland Airport. Eugene 1 departure. Radar vectors Charlie, Victor, Oscar. Victor 495.
All right, we are moving right along. Thank you, Drew. Drew Stone 77 3 minutes ago did the updated ATIS there.
Correction, maintain 5,000. Departure frequency 119.6.
Appreciate you as always. All right, we're making our nice little turn. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at runway distance so we can figure out what flaps. The winds are pretty good, so it doesn't look like we probably won't need a full flaps landing. So speed brake on medium, and runway is 10,520 feet. It's more than enough runway where we can do a flaps 3 landing, which is what we'll do on the approach. Of course, we take a look at the approach. Approach is pretty simple. Here's our missed approach, climb to 600, then left turn to 4,000 on a heading of 260 and inbound on this SAU VOR. Radar 110 to SAU VOR and hold, continue to climb and hold. So basically we're going to go to SAU VOR and hold at 4,000, okay? And this is this little slide depiction here on this cutout here. So touchdown elevation is 9
Walker 175 via Lima.
feet. So basically, sea level, the localized frequency 108.7. This aircraft will put it in there because we already have runway 30 selected. And of course, the rest, you guys know where to find that. As far as the information on frequencies and the rest of the airport information, you guys are awesome captains, so you guys know how to do that. Matter of fact, you guys help me out. See what I'm saying? When I'm lost in the sauce, which is quite a bit. All right. Here shortly, we'll cut the music off. All right. Sometimes you just also need to make sure the aircraft is doing what it needs to do. So at Grudge, you can already tell here the aircraft is holding its speed between its parameters that it had set. But at Grudge, of course, you want to make sure and see what that is, just so you're following the aircraft along. So let's look for Grudge. And we needed to be between at 281 flight level 199er.
Okay, clear visual approach runway 26.
I'm going to re-verify that with the star, or the standard terminal arrival. So again, Grudge is between flight level 230 and flight level 200. So in a way, we're kind of breaking the law here. What did it have? 199er? Oh, I think we'll get away with that. You know, a difference of 100 feet can be soaked up to a horrible radar return. A little dry aviation humor. Again, you guys can use that if you want to. I won't charge anything at all. That's what's up.
Runway 17 right, report midfield.
All right, so to stay ahead of the aircraft, you guys know I like to also put in certain frequencies. So I'm going to put in the tower frequency for runway 30, which in this case, that is going to be 27.2. So let's put it in over here, even though we'll switch it over later, but I just like to have the frequency at the ready in case I need to just switch it over and activate the mic, and I don't have to do too much. Let me see, time check. Yeah, 80 should be good for mic still. And we're continuing our descent, of course.
Correction, Spirit Wings 318, contact NorCal approach 120.905.
NorCal approach 20.195, Spirit Wings 318. All right, 2095. I would totally be surprised if they gave us anything other than our approach. NorCal approach, Spirit Wings 318 is flight level 188, sending via the Oaks to arrival, and we have information mic on board.
Spirit Wings 318, NorCal approach, thanks for mic, expect the ILS runway 30 approach.
Expecting ILS 30 approach, Spirit Wings 318. All right, so 29er, 89er, too easy. We're at 18,000 feet. Let's go ahead and start configuring the aircraft. We're going to do medium auto brake. Then, of course, let's do our standby altimeter here, which is still in the standard position. Oh, there goes my flight controls. I was wondering when they would do that. I got something for you, flight controls. There we go. I swear I need to update. I've had these flight controls for like 7 years, guys. 29er, 89er. Let's get it out of there. I think it's QNH 1007. I think, don't give me the line. Let's match it up. 15.8. Okay, so maybe not.
1757, so long.
Passing 2. That looks good about right there. I'm gonna leave it right there for now. All right, guys, let's also start plugging in some information here, and I'll check you guys out. So it's 29er, 89er,
Good to land 26 American 1757.
on the QNH. Got the ILS in here. The temperature was 17 Celsius. And let's see, let me do the latest and greatest from FlightAware. Magnetic heading is 350, just like Drew Stone said, at 6 knots. All right, 350 at 6. And the altimeter is actually 29er90, but we'll stick with 8 or 9 for now. 89er, I should say. All right, guys. We are doing fairly well. Once we get to 10,000, we'll get those lights on. And yeah, go from there. Let me check you guys out in the chat. Let me make sure the chat, that's everything's still working. Knowing my luck, the stream would have just. But it looks like it's doing much better, which is a good thing here. All right. Now, one thing that I haven't checked actually is my, let's see, flight map. For my virtual airline, it says log in, but there shouldn't be a reason to log in. I'm flying right now. Let's see. Let's do flight map. Oh, and it may be saying that simply. I wonder if that Pegasus thing worked anyway. But it does. It's got me on there. There we go. It's pretty slick. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So here is the flight where we're at now. And it shows us here. It shows our route. And we're descending. Da-da-da. So this is pretty legit. And then I'll file my first PIREP with this Spirit Wings VA.
Sedation for the Mako. Lowest I can get you between here and Sedona is 9,500.
All right, we're in the 10,000 range, so here in a second I'm going to turn the landing lights on.
Or would you like me to send you down to 9.5?
On approach in here into the Oakland area, we can go ahead and get those landing lights on now.
Maintain 9,500.
All right, 9,500 citation for Willie Mako.
And then we'll drop the gear and get the rest of the lights on, of course. You can see the aircraft is doing its best to slow itself down. It's going to pitch down here in a second. It's just slowing itself down, so I don't feel like I need to help it right now. There we go, pitching down because it's in its range. Maybe I lied about that. Let's go ahead and provide some assistance with the slowdown. There we go. All right. Little wing view there. Absolutely beautiful view over there of the Central Valley. Well, actually, this is a little bit more north of the Central Valley.
3096 Tango, you tower runway 34 left, clear for takeoff.
All right.
34 left, takeoff, November 3096 Tango.
There we go. We got it slowed down. We arm those speed brakes again. Continue our descent because we do want to be at 4,500 at PARB. And making sure we keep it at that.
318, connect NorCal 135.65.
NorCal approach 3565. We'll see you Spirit Wings 318. All right, 3565 in the house.
Centennial Tower, Skyhawk 12907 Foxtrot, right downwind, midfield, 17 right.
Foxtrot, runway 17 right, clear to land.
Wait, say that.
Clear land, 17 right, 12907 Foxtrot.
NorCal approach Spirit Wings 318, checking in 7,900, descending via the Oaks to arrival.
Spirit Wings 318, NorCal approach Oakland altimeter 2990, cleared ILS runway 30 approach.
Oakland altimeter 2990, cleared ILS 30 approach for Spirit Wings 318. All right, guys, you heard it. We've got our clearance, and now we can officially change what we already said we knew. Over. Oops. 29er, or 2990 rather. There we go. I was stuck on huh. All right, guys. So we're doing really good right now. Now, one thing we can also have the aircraft do, if you look here, the other arrival points are there. Wuhan, Maito at 2,000, and then that should be the final approach.
The airports to your total approximately 1616 miles. Call the airfield in sight.
We have the airport in
location.
204 Lee Mako.
So what I'm doing now, I'm just making sure on the approach that that's accurate, and it is. IMTO is at 2,000. So now, even though our missed approach is up to 4,000, basically going over to SAW, I can take this all the way down to 2,000, and the aircraft will continue to do its descent all the way to 2,000.
American 1757 off Bravo 8. We'll just check Charlie. That'd be perfect.
Back 1757, Charlie 8, Charlie, monitor ground.
Now that I pushed that in again, you saw it's recognizing that I want the aircraft to follow its descent all the way to over to Maito, of course. So that's what I just did. So I'm going to have the aircraft continue to do that. And then now we can start paying a little bit more attention to the actual let's see here. What is this FOB saying? FOB below. Oh yes, that's okay. It's talking about this here. That's fine. And the aircraft is going to start slowing down here in a minute. Now what we need to do, we said we're going to be landing flaps 3. So let's click this, and now our approach speed is going to be about 153. Even though the winds are at 10, we'll make it about let me see what the full is. It's usually not a big difference. Yeah, we're going to do 147 flaps 3 so we can get a little bit. What I've noticed in this aircraft is for sure if you can do your best to land not at full flaps, because of how the Airbuses fly, you'll be a better off position to get work towards a butter. Now the average landing on this flight is -3 something, which I think that's pretty cool.
Request taxi back to a hotel.
So if we go to the flight center in our rusty dusty new situation here, it'll even tell you the general landing. Okay, so here it is right here, so I'm not making it up. So the general landing here, average landing rate is -317. So let's see if at least we can beat that. Okay, so that's a little personal goal to myself. I think we can do it. So while you're at it, go ahead and start throwing in what you guys think I'm going to land at, whether it's -1, thank you very much for the ultimate butter, which, yeah, right, or whether it's -550. Whatever it is, hit me up, let me know. Let me know what you're thinking. Drew Stone says -98. Man, Drew Stone, you are way too nice. And I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen right now, based off of my last few landings here in this Airbus. They haven't been horrible, but they haven't been that. So thank you, Drew Stone. I can definitely tell you have faith in me, and I do appreciate you for that. Let's go ahead and turn on our
Spirit Wings 318, contact Oakland Tower 127.2.
Over to Oakland Tower 127.2, Spirit Wings 318. All right, 127.2. So we're gonna go ahead and hook this up.
Cascade departure.
Cascade departure.
Actually, we could turn this off. Oakland Tower, Spirit Wings 318, ILS 30.
Spirit Wings 318, Oakland Tower, wind is tree 40 at 6, runway 30, clear to land.
Runway 30, clear to land, Spirit Wings 318. Alright guys, so let's go ahead and put it into the full approach mode. Glide, slope, and localizer have been captured.
Trees are under 6 Tango Cascade departure, radar contact.
Now we can go ahead and start bringing that speed back.
Direct to Corvallis, resume navigation.
Cleared. Corvallis, resume navigation, 3096 Tango.
Alright guys, here we go. We're on the glide slope. Let's go ahead and get the gear down. And as promised, let's get our runway turnoff lights and taxi lights on. I want all lights on. We are about to do it to it. All right. We got everything situated. Spoilers are armed. Let's go flaps 3. Add some more drag there. There we go. Let's go. Or go check those 3. Rub on some of that Geo sauce and go check those 3 butters. There you go. Appreciate you, Drew Stone. Come on, Chief. Rub on some of that. Chief, I know you're rusty, but you better beat that 318. I hear you, Chief. I know you. Look, aren't you supposed to be in bed, Chief? Didn't you say you was going to bed? Now, I got a lot of pressure on me. All right, we're not doing flaps to full, but let's check the cabin. I click them all, baby. All right, guys. 157. We are finally going to go.
Unable to
Oops.
find view ID.
Flaps 3.
1,000.
Autopilot off. My aircraft. My controls. Here we go, guys. This is what it's all about, right? We got 157 on the approach speed here. I'm going to drop that down a few for this butter, baby. There we go. It still wants me to do flaps full, but I won't do it. It does that anytime you select in this aircraft, which I think is a glitch. Anytime you select not the full flaps landing configuration, it still gives you the warning. So it may even say too low flaps.
500.
All right, guys. You guys are giving me way too much credit here for all these good things. So let's see what we do. All right, we are landing. Of course.
Pass the clearance. Hello, Walker 169 Heavy, IFR to Las Vegas.
I like the nice, slow, steady approach. Now, the thing with the Airbus is that, see, too low flaps, that's an error. That's an error. That's definitely an error.
And it's filed.
All right, guys. This is where we make our money.
100.
Squawk 4207.
50.
We're cleared to the McCarran International Airport. Active 5 departure greedy transition. Then as filed. Climb to Pacific 1717,000. Squawk 4207. Walker 169. Thanks.
All right, 290. We beat it, Chief. That's all I can say. Woo, boy, you gave me a lot of pressure, Chief Sim Pilot. You had me over here sweating, dude. All right. Reversers are on. Speed is bleeding. Okay, let's get rid of this here. I got some stuff mapped to my, we missed that turn. That's okay. We'll just cruise her on down the runway here. All right. I don't know why the brake seems like it activated itself. We shouldn't have came to a full stop here. We got so happy we buttered it, we didn't want the aircraft to move. There we go. I don't even know how that happened. But that's all right. What we got here? Good work. Drewstone said, nailed it. Necesito mantequilla por mi pan padre. All right. I got my friend James Johnson here saying he needs some butter for his bread. He wanted me to butter it. Muchas gracias por ver el vuelo, papá. Y no hicimos la mantequilla, pero ¿sabes qué? Estamos aquí. Todo seguro. So here we are, guys. Anyway, you got a landing with an accidental full stop on the runway. You know, but guess what? We at least landed us in a manner that was... this doesn't even look like an actual turnoff here. I'm going to go to this next one. I don't know what that was. I don't have my runway chart up, which, you know, I don't know why that is. All right.
Good evening, Walker.
Thank you guys for all the support. Our welcome back stream was very interrupted by such a horrible internet connection. Shame on, I don't want to say the service provider, but it's one of the big ones, guys. I'm definitely paying for a lot of internet here, especially being a business owner, if you will. Woo! Came in kind of hard on that turn. All right, let's get those landing lights off. Get those strobes off, and let's get our taxi light on. Turn our runway taxi light off. And where are we at here? I don't even know what this is. Whiskey. Oakland Tower, Spirit Wings 318, clear runway 30, holding short of Whiskey. And while he's doing that, let's also get our APU on.
Streak 318, text ramp via Whiskey and Victor Tango, this frequency. I had a joke for you for there, but I wanted to keep my job.
Man, now you got me wanting to hear this joke. To the ramp, Whiskey Victor Tango on this frequency, Spirit Wings 318, and I'd like to hear that joke.
Actually, wasn't that bad. I was going to say, why are you holding short of the whiskey? Why aren't you drinking it?
Nice. That's what I'm talking about, especially since we landed, okay? Thanks for all your work and service for Spirit Wings 318. All right. See you next time. All right, see? I'm not the only cornball here, guys. Not saying that he's a cornball, but guess what? You know, okay to make these corny jokes. There's other people out there doing corny jokes with me. You know, could be you guys too. You guys want to be doing corny jokes too? James Johnson in the house. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let's go ahead and taxi in now, guys. All right, let's also cool these brakes down. That's one thing you'll learn about Airbuses. They don't like to land without getting the brakes hot. So you got to have a fan to cool them bad boys down. And also another thing about these Airbuses, do not oversteer them on the taxiway like yours truly, because you will overturn. Why are you holding short of whiskey? A man after my own heart. Haha, that's what I'm talking about there. Drew Stone 77, get some of that whiskey in you, man. You know, and the funny thing is, I haven't drank in years. I didn't drink much in my 30s. In my 40s, even less. In my 20s, hey man, that's a whole different story. And I was in the military, so some of that stuff I can't even be held liable for. Me and my wife used to get our drink on too. That's a whole different story as well. Overall, guys, not a bad flight. If anything, the flight itself was easier than trying to manage the internet. I appreciate all of you staying on board as usual. We're going to get into this replay. We'll get to the ramp, and we can actually get some music on now. Appreciate you guys always sticking with me, even though I was out of the stream game there for a minute. But I'm back at it. Hopefully be bringing you some DCS streams as well. Again, I don't claim to be proficient at this or at that. I just claim to enjoy it and try to be as real as possible. So I'm just throwing that disclaimer out there. But I can tell you this, we will be destroying some targets on that one. So I'm excited to be streaming that as well. All right, we got Whiskey Victor onto the ramp. We got Victor coming up, and then we'll take a ride on Tango. That should bring us right in where we need to be. Life happens. Good to see you again, man, says Drew Stone 77. Yes, sir. Drew Stone 77. Always great to see you, Chief, Geo, my wife, of course, Captain Shaquille Oatmeal, and everybody else, even Dave McKee, who shows up, you know, Alaska 55, everybody. Appreciate you guys for sure. And we'll keep doing these streams, baby, because I love aviation. Bottom line up front. And so I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I enjoy doing the streams, even though actually just getting in the aircraft and just flying is the easiest thing to do. Doing the streams, man, it takes so much additional multitasking to do the stream, especially when it's going wrong like it was today. But, you know, like I said, you just gotta, and Drew Stone said it too, and Chief said it, Captain Shaka said it, we've all said it, patient, stick with it, and only try to do better. What doesn't kill us today in this moment only makes us stronger. So that's real talk. So we're just taxiing right smooth into the ramp. Chief Sim, thank you. He says, great trip. Until next time, chat. Thank you, everybody, of course, for hanging out. All right, we're not going to use this into the ramp. We'll use the next one up here. Then we'll make sure we disconnect, and we'll then go back and check our landing out, in which we did stop on the runway.
Hello, Walker 380 short 25.
And I'll have to do get used to doing a lot of Airbus flying, thanks to Shaq. You know, I probably won't do it every stream, but here and there, I have to most certainly. There's 11, 9. Okay, I most certainly have to do a lot more Airbus flying. And before we even get the replay going, I have to, even before we get the replay going, I have to file my PIREP. Okay, so that's 9. That's 7A. And here is 7. And this is where the real company traffic parks, of course. This is gate 7, and A14 is the actual gate they actually leave from. I'm kind of getting a little bit of the seat on this view right here, just because I like to sit so far back from the cockpit to give you guys a better view. But when I lift up, it does that.
Have a good night. You too. Pretty plane, by the way.
All right. let's go ahead and get the outside view going on here, so we can line ourselves up appropriately, since we don't have a ground marshaller. And the Airbus one is usually this third one right here, if I remember correctly. Alright, let's go back in here and look at this. Parking brake is set. And we will take this off, of course. And now let us go ahead and disconnect from PilotEdge.
Disconnected.
Once again, big up Jewstone Laters. Thank you guys for joining. And let me go ahead and file this PIREP now. Let me see if I can get this together. Hopefully it doesn't make me, let's see, scratch pad, cancel. We're there. Okay, booking. Let's see, aircraft bounce, touchback down at -61, -244. Okay, cool. So now I have to figure out how to file this PIREP. I don't quite know how to do this. Let me go to the website. And so that's the only thing. Submit a manual PIREP. That's not what we want. Just trying to figure out how to submit a. Basically, you have to submit the PIREP to get credit for the flight, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. I would think you would do it from the plugin. So let me go back to the plugin, wherever that may be. Here we go. Okay, we don't want to cancel the flight. Flight's done. Taxi into gate. So, how do you file a PIREP? Let me see, I found a blue arrow. Let me make sure that goes to this, which it doesn't. That blue arrow went to something else. Let me see what that blue arrow is. Okay, submit PIREP, redispatch, manual sim brief. Cancel flight. No, I don't want to do that. Let's go over here. And thank you guys for being patient. I guess it's aircraft documents. Let's see, activity requirements, point, policies, rank, manual, events. Let me hit this rank manual here and see if it'll give me some information on how to file this PIREP here. I'm not going to cut this flight off. So PIREP's file 0. Okay, let me go to PIREPs. Oh snap, we don't have any PIREPs. Yes, I know that. Let's see. Does anybody know how to file a PIREP on this Spirit Wings website? Please let me know. That's what I'm trying to figure out right now. Let's see, ACARS is right here. Let's see, booking. Let's see, home. Let's see. Be sure to join the Discord. Man, I don't even know how to file this PIREP. Dispatches. ACARS. Let's see. Sketchpad general notes. Now it says cancel flight, but I'm so weary to cancel the flight because it might just, you know, I wish this thing was a little bit more. Let's see, settings, color map. Okay, I'm assuming when you hit cancel flight, let me see. No, I don't. Okay, so back. So I'm really at a loss, guys, here of how to file this PIREP. I can't go do the replay until I file this PIREP, so give me a few more seconds here. I just don't understand. It should be super simple. You land, it should say file PIREP. I've flown virtual airlines before. Let's see. I don't understand why this thing's so tough. Dispatch note. Dispatch about a star. Da, da, da. Come say howdy. Booking. Well, it sure would be nice if I knew how to file a PIREP. So let me go back to the website here. Try to figure this out. Let's see. Events, Flight Center. Let's go to the dashboard here and see what's up with the dashboard. There's statistics. Current flight, track flight. Okay, mine says taxi into gate. Okay, let's do one thing here. Let's shut the engines down and see if that makes the PIREP thing jump up. So, of course, let's turn. We should have turned our taxi lights off before, and turn the beacon off. Probably gonna get this gate coming towards us now, so okay, there is an arrow. Let me see what this arrow does here. Okay, that just brings you to the top of the website. Let me Google something here, guys. I'm struggling. Do I file PIREP v Spirit? Man, this shouldn't be this hard to find out where to file your doggone PIREP. This is the whole problem right now. And I know it shouldn't be. You know what? I don't know if we're going to do a manual PIREP, how that's going to work. This should be. Okay, so that's what it is. Okay, guys. All right. I figured it out all on my own. So you cannot have the engines on. Hang on, I'm about to show you this. I can't even get this thing to move. Let's keep doing it. 1 second there. Okay, so here's what it is. You got to turn the engines off. Once the engines come off, then it allows you to file this pilot report. So your PIREP has been filed successfully. Okay, just did it. So the whole problem was I was using this interface, and essentially it was not giving me the opportunity to even file a PIREP simply because the engines were still on. Okay, so you guys are doing this V-Spirit challenge. There we go. PIREP's been filed. So now this is the actual website. Shows negative 244 feet per minute. Average landing rates perfect. So now, guys, if you're still watching, we can definitely get into a quick replay here. And yep, True Stone says engine off. Right of that. Chief Sim was saying check the ACARs. Okay, guys, I did it. Hey, look, I didn't want to not get credit because I'm trying to. Shaq's got me in the competitive mode. So anyway, let's go ahead now and toggle this replay mode and see what we look like. It's going to be a little further back just because your boy was messing with that PIREP situation. All right, here we go on the replay, guys. And let me know something, if you guys are still watching this. How does it look on your YouTube, on your screen that you're watching it on? I think I used to run this 60 frames per minute, but for whatever reason it says 30 frames per minute from my OBS. So let me know if it looks clear. Could it look clear? I know there's some latency and the internet wasn't working, so that has something to do with it and the servers. But I just want to make sure it looks good. I feel like I'm rusty on the streaming thing. So here we come right now, coming all the way down. And man, I haven't flown virtual airlines for years. Matter of fact, I've never flown virtual airline. I don't think an X-plane. It's been that long ago. I was flying Microsoft Flight Simulator X and P3D. But here we go. We had a pretty good profile. We floated it just a little bit. There's going to be like a slight bounce, but it wasn't much of a bounce. I mean, it said it was a bounce on the A cars, but that must have been the rubber still touching the ground. But the struts and all that stuff must have. Because let's watch that. It said we had a bounce coming in, so we were pretty much, you know, center of the runway. It looks like. Now let's look at this. Is there a bounce? I mean, it must have been a millimeter bounce, and it got me on that. But it looks like our front landing gear was center line. Let's go back here and let's check it out from this angle. As you can see, I was trying to do a little bit correction. There were the blocks right there, so we didn't float it too much further, but float enough. There's that little bounce, and we did get the front gear right down the center of the runway. So yeah, wow, that's not bad at all. And we won't do the whole taxi to the gate type thing, guys. We're just gonna finish this wing view right here. And while we're doing this wing view, I just want to tell you guys I appreciate you as always for riding on board a Dre Sanchez production, as tumultuous as it may be with the internet and everything. I appreciate you guys 100, and I look forward to doing it again. I look forward to trying to catch up on your streams. Ryan Air calls you a Drew Stone is saying Ryan Air calls you a god, especially if you're not bouncing it too hard. Yeah, I like that view, guys. I set up a couple other views here too. I'm gonna do a couple other views for you guys. So there was that behind the wing view, and I believe I set up, this is a little bit further back so you can see more of the surface, and then we'll do one more last view, which I believe I set up. So there's the field there, and let's just see what it looks like back here. Like I said, it wasn't a butter, but it was better than the average here. So maybe Spirit Wings, or even Shaquille O'Neal, since she's the one that actually chose Spirit Wings, can give me some credits on this landing, because it was, you know, better than the average. Then of course, if Shaq's watching, he's probably like, hey, you pushing it. All right, here's another view here that we can get going in that I set up. All right, here we go. And I only did it from this side here. And then we'll wrap it up and call it a day. Once again, guys, thank you guys for always stopping in and doing what you do. I just want to say at this point, God bless, one love, and stay safe. I'll try to check your streams out, and I'll try to stream more. I may stream tomorrow, Digital Combat Simulator. We'll see how that works out. Those are going to be different missions altogether. But we still gonna keep doing this X-plane flight sim thing. I love it too much. And so from the Dre Sanchez YouTube channel flight deck, if you will, one love. Thank you guys for watching. And we most definitely are gonna keep this thing going because I'm enjoying it too much, as always, enjoying watching your guys' trips. So we'll see you guys next time, and thanks for the support. I believe we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here. See you guys next time.